Is this thing going? Mic check. What's going on, AAA family? It's your boy, Coach Smook, here on the Coach Smook Network, your favorite Alabama insider and sports media personality, bringing you another live morning show. Before we get into the show, I got to ask you to do a few things. First, just come in and like the stream. You don't know how much that truly helps the channel continue to grow. Make sure you share it out. Let somebody know that you're tapped in here on the Coach Smook Network. And also, just make sure you're subscribed. If you're not a member of the AAA family, take an opportunity and join by typing in the chat right now, !AAA. Hit the enter button and you'll see a link provided in the chat. And if you need help, one of our moderators can assist you. We thank you for every future partner that's getting ready to join this family and help us continue to grow. And today, we want to invite you to get into this conversation. The thoughts are on you. The phone lines are open for you. I want to hear your thoughts here on the Coach Smook Network. Somebody type it in the chat. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. Let's go.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Hey, y'all, I'm walking out of Walmart. Check, what's your name, bro?
Man, my name Michael McKinney, man. I'm a true Alabama fan, and this man does a good job on his podcast.
What's up, bro?
Reviewing Alabama football. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate that, bro.
Tide.
Roll Tide, man.
They put me in the game, Coach Smook. Roll Tide in the chat. Let's get to the show, man. Give it up for yourselves, man. I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. Trying to make sure my audio, how my mic sound, y'all. Yeah, one more. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds like it might sound good. Tell me how it sounds now. I did one fight. Ooh, that sounds good. Give it up for the ears. Thank you, Jesus. Got the inner set back up. I don't know what that was. Anyways, welcome in, everybody. Hopefully y'all having a great morning, a fabulous Friday, man. We got Friday already. It's already Friday. We done went through 2 freaking weeks of Alabama fall camp. You got camp all over the country. You seeing teams, huge announcements being made for certain players. Y'all know I got my players. We're going to get into Alabama football today. I'm going to have a call-in segment. I'm going to give you my final fall camp takeaways, right? But I just want to kind of just allow y'all a chance to come in, get settled in. Checking in on all platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Twitter, and TikTok, man. We got it going on, everybody. We got it going on. Shout out to my guy Country for tapping that screen over there on TikTok. And everybody, we're going to do a roll call over here on YouTube. So if you are not on the YouTube side, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please pull up on the YouTube side and make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 5K, man. We're on our way to 5K. Y'all just don't know how much of a huge feat that is for our channel, and we can go through the history of it to be organically growing the way it is. I'm truly grateful and blessed to be in this position. But without further ado, Mary J, let's get into this roll call real quick. Let's do this roll call, and then we're going to get into our show, man. I hope y'all ready for a high energy show, high conversation. Hopefully we got some people ready to get on the phone lines. Got good conversation with all the intel that we've been getting on the Coach Smook Network from fall camp. I think we're more than prepared to have some good conversation today. I need to go and change one thing about this camera real quick. It seems very bright on the white. Let me see if I can adjust this slightly. StreamYard don't give you much control of. I think I'm gonna have to go like 42-ish. Then we're going to the studio, so it might be different when we go to the studio. But Gotta walk upstairs to the studio chat. Y'all know how we do. We be trying to switch it up around here. You got all this little corner of super space that we get to imagine that we have, right? So let's enjoy it. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Mary J for tapping in on the YouTube side. Roll Tide. Appreciate Mary J for tapping in. Dominic, what's good, my brother? Roll Tide, good to see you. Put me in the game. What's up, the mob checking in? What's good, family? Roll Tide. Who else we got? Amanda, my sister, checking in, man. Did you get the post on Facebook? I feel like we got a lot of action on Facebook right now. Looks like, okay. What's up, big homie? Roll Tide. Let's go, man. My mom's checking in. AAA family, all the wristbands. Do you got your wristband? Greg's got his wristband. What's up, Greg? Welcome in, Roll Tide, man. Yeah, my Mac, what's good, man? Y'all, I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Roll Tide, my guy. Alabama Whitetail, what's good, family? Make sure you grab your wristband. I've been seeing the little, like your icon, man. Okay, what's good? Hold on, y'all. I got to do something. That's a special shout out right there, y'all. You know, yes, y'all. Welcome in. Okay. Roll Tide. I ain't gonna say that. Anyway, Mary J, any more comments? G Golly, you gonna scroll them? You gonna scroll them? Why you trying to be petty? See, this is what happens, y'all. When you have a family network, right? You have the mom, you have the auntie, you have the brother, you have the uncle, that everybody. Mary J like the auntie that picks all the time in her little subtle, sweet way, and nobody will ever pick up on it unless you've been around her. And myself and Jordan and Amanda's picking up on it, like Dax already know. Like, she's a little sneaky petty, y'all. Mary J is a little sneaky petty. She's our sneaky petty auntie / mama in the family. So, but I love her, man. She does a great job. You would have never thought, and she'll tell the story 2 years ago. You would have never thought, man, like producing for a YouTube podcast. Yeah, that would have never been across her mind. So I appreciate everything Mary J does for the channel, for the family, for the network as a whole. Shout out to my guy MJ, man, tapping in. MJ, I need your activities on Twitter this day. It's a lot of stuff I'm about to put out in this show that nobody is talking about, and I am surprised because I thought I was the fake insider. But anyway, what's up, Paul God? What's good, man? Appreciate you for tapping in. Salute to my brother, man. Yes, I posted on Facebook as well. Indeed. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. All right, y'all. Let's get into the show, man. I'm ready to have some good conversation, some good talk about the University of Alabama, man. We got great talk and detail that we was able to go along with. I think the excitement from yesterday's live stream with, everybody finally catching up to the day before the scrimmage reports of how the practice would start, who would be taking first team snaps, all of those different things and details of intel that we now have proof that we've been putting out before anybody, not to show shade, but we put in work. We have had a lot of content to discuss and a lot of context to talk around. We've had personal interactions with some of the staff members, some of your support staff members that's involved in recruiting, alumni. We got former players that have kind of shared their thoughts through different contexts. We got parents. We got so many different contexts and things that we've seen through social media that here on the Coach Smook Network have created great conversation. So today we're going to kind of bring all of those things to a conclusion in this next 25 minutes. Bring it to a general synopsis and try to get a general idea of how the fan base, myself, my thoughts, and how they reside with the fan base, with the supporters. And I don't expect everybody to agree with everything, each one of my predictions or how I think things are going to go. But I do think what we have been on top of for the past since let's say spring ball, since the end of the Indiana game, I think we've been in alignment with a lot of things that have transpired, especially when we made the big offseason offensive coaching hires. We're going to talk about how much of an upgrade the coaching hires have been and the impact they have had in the development of this roster. But before we do that, let me do one thing. I need to get into this dashboard real quick. And as you all know, Alabama is off today and tomorrow. They'll be back at practice on Sunday. And when they come back to practice, it's game first. We expect a QB1 announcement before Monday. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened Sunday. Um, I don't know, maybe. And then based off of the media availability schedule, the official announcement, right? We might have the answer before next Thursday, but the official announcement I'm pretty sure will be made next Thursday for Coach Kalen DeBoer's, basically his closeout, fall camp closeout media availability. And I think that one will be televised on ESPN as well, being that that's technically the last fall camp practice. And I'm not sure what type of scrimmage that's going to entail. But they usually have that scrimmage. They have that one available for like heavy dose of backup. So you will get the we might chat. We might. Y'all know how they do your boy Coach Smook. We might be able to get some insight out there for the I don't think they're doing the third scrimmage. So let me look at the schedule again. Yeah, they won't be doing the third scrimmage, because it won't be a big scrimmage like on Saban Field. Like Coach DeBoer said, they scrimmage every practice in some form or way or fashion. In every practice, there's a period of scrimmaging, right? Game like situations, and the intentionalness on creating a game like atmosphere is definitely prevalent. So that's going to be an interesting practice that final practice next week. The guys will get a few days, and then that Sunday, man, I think it'll be like another recovery prep walkthrough type day. Then Monday, hit the ground running, getting ready for ECU, man, full swing. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I think that's going to start this Sunday. I don't think you take another week to truly go to in-depth analysis of what your roster is doing right now. Now, what you're doing at this stage, you're transitioning from development evaluation to what is it? I guess you could say progressional development, meaning wherever we have you at the end of fall camp, which would have been this past Thursday at the scrimmage. We're going to take that, and that's the body of work we're going to develop going forward. This is this plateau where you've reached at this point is what we're going to use as our basis of how you can impact the game plan. So if that has you in a third spot or a second spot or fourth spot on the depth chart, that's where you currently are. Does that mean you're not good? No, it just means that's where we got a base from to work from. So anytime we have rotational conversations about management, this is the peak that you reach. And this is how confident we are in your worst ability, like your base ability. We expect you to continue to develop. And if you start to show the right signs in practice and everything, you'll start to see the time. So that's where we're at. That's the stage we're at. And we'll break all of that down. So before we get into that, I want to give everybody an opportunity to become a member of the AAA family. Appreciate all the TikTok viewers over there too. It's Kyla. I appreciate you for tapping in. Like your stream, L Face. Appreciate you. T-Dog. Appreciate you for the love. Much love, everybody. Tapping the screen. Alabama football coverage here on the Coach Smook Network. If you want exclusive coverage, y'all, if y'all really want exclusive coverage and you want to be able to stay in the know of what's happening behind the scenes, I'm telling you, I've had some crazy good conversations, some meaningful conversations, and they're trying to figure out how does he do it. I'm going to tell you, God did on my mama. He sure did. Y'all better know it. You better know it. I don't know how I be finding all this stuff out or why people want to talk to me, but they do. And when they talk to me, I like to let the people that truly support pass the likes, pass the subscribes, pass the just talking, people that really support and become members of the AAA family and get really connected, trying to help this thing get to another level. I get to talk to them because they joined the AAA family. And this is how you do so. Check this out.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
All right, y'all, let's get into the conversation, man. I want to start off today. I think we can really just go ahead and attack it from the top. The quarterback one decision, the QB1 decision. Have we come to a conclusion? I think we have as a fan base. I think majority of the fan base has. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and pull this thing out before we get deep into the conversation. I start rambling like I do. Y'all know how I do. I'm gonna go ahead and poll it out for y'all. Who is your QB1 for Alabama? And you know what? There's so much media coverage for Alabama now, and you have so many different perspectives, right? That you can go off of. You can choose who you want to believe. You can go with the grandfather, syndicates and people that are truly vetted in this industry, or you can go with new perspectives and new conversations based off of the new era of coaching staff that we're dealing with, right? So there might be a different set of ideals in place with the selection, right? But I think when you look at what's happening on the field, all the consistencies and reports with the statistics, a lot of consistencies leaning in towards the inconsistencies that have been a consistent around. Y'all like how I'm using that consistencies, consistent little tango thing? I like that. Yeah, that takes some practice. I didn't write that down. I got notes over here, but I didn't type that one up. That one's off the top of the dome. But there's a place where you see some consistent inconsistencies, right? And this is the same narrative that has followed Austin Mack. And I want to start with Austin Mack, right? Being that he's the veteran guy. Austin Mack has had a narrative follow him where he's kind of seen some small, I guess you could say, progressional things. He's advanced in some things. And the main thing you want to see is confidence, right? You want to see a guy that's confident in what he's doing. And I think Austin Mack is doing that. But when it comes to just execution ability, the skill sets, I think that's where the true separation is. And when you have that type of situation in your quarterback room, that's not a bad thing. I don't want people to sit here and think that I think Austin Mack is trash. I think you're a 10 to 12 win team with a confident Austin Mack and a perfectly designed run game. If you have a strong run game around the Austin Mack, you can utilize his assets in the run game and utilize your running back assets and play off a lot of play action. The young man, he can throw outside the pocket. He can move and throw the pocket. He has a strong arm, but he's inconsistent in hitting those targets. So for a high passing rate style offense, a high volume passing offense, you got to have a guy that can spin it at a high rate, especially in the vertical threat. Go look at Keelan Russell's high school film. Go look at a lot of his plays that you see on that film is vertical passes. And mind you, he had, at the time, I think 5 or 6 wide receivers on that roster at the time he was the starting quarterback, or during his time as a starter, have come on to the next level and play D1 Power 4 football. Right? So that's this style of offense is not foreign to him. Go look at Austin Mack's film. A lot of his deep balls is like off script plays, things trying to get outside the pocket. It looks like a highlight film. You look at his Elite 11 competition. He solid, but the main thing that was his evaluation point was the inconsistency and inaccuracy, the mechanics with his footwork. And we see that when he gets under pressure. I told you all what my reports were from that first scrimmage, seeing it in person, seeing some things continue to be consistent from last year and the year before. Those are some things that you are not trying to manage in this phase of possessing the program for Kalen DeBoer and the staff. So I think the observations have come to consistency, right? That there is a decisive separation. And when I say decisive, I'm not saying head and shoulders. I'm just saying when you look at what's happening and how things are transpiring, all of the reports, when the offense has, I think 70 to 74% of the explosives created during fall camp belong to Keelan Russell-led offense, right? You got a few from Jet Tamala. You talk about his big arm and his accuracy. Austin Mack has done some scoring. I'm not going to sit here and act like he just ain't been able to move the ball in the offense. So, no, it's just the inconsistencies with the explosives, right? And if you had that across the board, it would make the decision a little bit easier to go with the veteran presence. But you don't have that. You don't have that. So I want to look at something real quick. I'm gonna bring up this most recent practice footage while we talk about this. 1 second, y'all. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta check the door real quick. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. And once again, like I said, we're going to continue the conversation around the quarterback. Like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on it. I think we've done enough, breaking down and basically trying to compare. I mean, just look at the film, y'all. We've seen a couple passes from these guys over the years. And the first thing that everyone raves about with Keelan Russell is just how beautiful the ball is, how consistent it is, the velocity he gets the ball out with, the vertical passing, the intermediate passing accuracy, the throwing on the run, the release points. You just marvel at the skill set. But talent alone is not what's going to lead this team to victory. You got to be able to see the field, and that's something that he has not had a struggle with, right? I think maybe 2 practices into spring camp, they were talking about how he's picking up on the speed of the collegiate level, right? Being able to hit guys in stride at an early level that you really haven't had any offseason or previous experience work with. Like, he was getting that type of praise last year. So it's no surprise to hear, oh my God, that ball, Jesus, AI clip that. We need a full screen clip for that. We don't need the the YouTube clip, the shorts clip. We need the widescreen clip. AI clip that, please. That ball is. Y'all want to see that again? I'm gonna get my little ugly self out the way. Hold on, let me show y'all. Let me watch out, y'all. Just admire. Just marvel My Lord. Go get it, man. And then to see Cedarian Morgan on the other end of it, hear all the reports about the big receiver targets, all the big explosives, the majority of the big explosives in your ones and twos, competitive peers, have come from Russell. And for that part alone, man, I want y'all to pay attention to something. Look, the style of offense that we have been waiting for, I hate to lean into this, but we have been waiting for a quarterback's arm, a quarterback talent that you can kind of rely on to stretch and open up a defense, right? This system, it is effective when the passing game can be consistent in the explosives. You can't be a nickel and dime type of pass scheme in this because it's not a hurry up. It's not super fast. It's not a turbo system, right? You'll see some no huddle, but it's not turbo like what you get from Tennessee or what you're going to get from Alex Golesh and Auburn. We're not seeing that turbo, like snapping the ball every 9 to 12 seconds type of offense. With Alabama, they're going to want to get they're going to pre-snap look. They're going to see what the defense is giving. They want to, especially I think Grubb, when you look at Grubb, one thing that he is good is finding his mismatches in the passing game. Now, actually getting the ball completed to the receivers, that's where the struggle has been. But we cannot sit here and say there haven't been, especially last year. I won't go as much as say with Milroe because they ran a lot of just space type of open type of offense, verticals underneath, guys clear out type concepts, floods. But with Simpson, they gave him a lot of and to his defense, I think they did try to force feed him a lot at one time because of how smart he is in his IQ and how he understands what's happening on the field, right? But processing that into actually executing in live game, I think that he hit a peak, and we saw that when it was against equal talent on the other side, right? A lot of things got confused for him when that line of scrimmage got crowded. But I think what you see with the development in this system, right? Because when you're able to threaten a defense vertically consistently, now you don't have to. Teams they can't beat you crowding the line of scrimmage. When you're able to throw guys into space, right? They may not be in the spot, but when you could throw them into space, Mac Jones, Tua, when you could do guys like that on consistent timing type of concepts, that's when you see the effectiveness of this style of offense. And who gives you that best chance? Keelan Russell. Let's go. I think the quarterback battle is over. I think they have decided. I think Keelan Russell is the guy. Running back room. Let's go to the running back room, Mary J. Let's talk about these guys. One thing about the running backs, to hear the performance from the likes of both Daniel Hill, Trayshawn Brown, kind of headlining the day, Kevin Riley making some plays out the backfield in the receiving game. Just seeing guys continue to grow, right? Y'all, hold on. Boss just walked in here like, I don't know what that was. The look he just gave me like I did something to him, chat. If y'all don't know who Boss is, I'll introduce him to y'all in a few, man. The look my boy just gave. All right. Anyway, but so running back room. Trayshawn Brown has been the surprise in camp with EJ Crowell being basically unavailable, very limited towards the early parts of camp. Minor operation. We saw him in a walking boot. I remember talking about that coming into the first scrimmage. He's been, slowly progressing back into practice. This week will be a really important week for his evaluation coming up. So these next 2 days of recovery, are truly important for him. All right. AK Deer, he's not set to try to get back on the field until like week 2, Kentucky week. That's when he's going to start getting back into full practice. I think he's going to be released to start going full go around the Florida State game. And I think he'll be 100%. And by the time he's 100%, like truly 100%, don't rush him back. Because after yesterday's performance, I do think this offensive line and this running back room has found a base platform to build their confidence. But that running back rotation should be solid enough 5 to 6 weeks before anybody gets a beat on how Adrian Clem's adjustments to our run mechanics and our zone scheme, run game, until somebody gets a beat on it, I think we can suffice. And then you got to think about it. Keelan Russell's legs added to the run game. I think we're in a very good spot. Good afternoon, Jamarcus. Good to see you. Roll Tide. I'm ready for some football, man. You and me both, brother. Welcome in, Roll Tide. Let's get over to TikTok before we continue to talk about the running backs. Big Tyrese says, 6'9", says, how many games do you think it's gonna take for the offense to click? Man, you're gonna have to come over here and get that. We're gonna come tap in on that. It's all about creating explosive plays downfield. Facts, Tyree. And that's the main thing I said. I kept telling people, like, Ty Simpson, as smart of a quarterback he was very inconsistent in the vertical passing. But then it wasn't helping for, out of the 7 that you tried, the 2 that he was actually accurate on, one of them gets dropped. So you don't see the effectiveness of the vertical or the effectiveness of vertical passing play calling, right? And we got our votes in the chat over here on YouTube. If y'all want to come in and add to this poll, who's your starting quarterback, Keelan Russell or Austin Mack? We kind of talked about it. So running backs, though, to hear the run game, I think there's a level of confidence in Daniel Hill. A lot of people, I appreciate y'all for the 25 likes. I appreciate you, Mary J, for bringing that on the screen. There's this idea that Daniel Hill can't be the RB1. I don't know where that narrative came from. I don't think people realize, like, he was very limited in opportunities. And I think there was a limit that I think from my evaluation, the run game was limited in general. But when you get a understanding, right, when you get a true understanding of how they want to implement the run game, you understand why it was limited. You can't have a guy that is going to be needing 15 carries a game to get warmed up. I made this statement the other day on one of the live streams, and I said, I don't think guys like Mark Ingram or Trent Richardson or Derrick Henry would have had much success playing under Ryan Grubb. I just don't think so. I do think guys like TJ Yeldon, Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake, Jace McClellan, of recent, Jahmyr Gibbs, those type of running backs, literally, Tim Penny, Alvin Kamara, guys that weren't like super physical runners and could get out of space, quick, shifty guys. Can every time they touch the ball, every 4 carries they touch the ball, they break in 10+ yard carries. Change of direction, one cut guys can put their foot in the ground and accelerate. Those are the type of backs that Alabama is looking for. So Justice Haynes, he wasn't going to work. And that's a strong running back. One of the better running backs, I believe, still in college football. I don't care how many schools he go to. I still think Justice Haynes is one of your top backs in college football. A guy like Jeremiah Cobb, though, over at Auburn, he don't need 20 carries to impact. So does Alabama have those type of skill sets on the roster? Yeah. Just got to get guys that's aggressive in that running nature and sure about what the assignment calls for. Pressing the line of scrimmage. I forget the gentleman's name that just did the review. Everybody's raving about Alabama's offensive line. I told you all, this D-line is so good. You probably statistically won't ever be able to appreciate what's happening in camp. But because the D-line is so good, I think it's making the offensive line and the depth at the offensive line that much better. And that intel, what is going to make the run game better. So you got to be excited about what we're coming into the season with. When you talking about facing against an ECU team, you got to kind of beg Grubb at this point to, hey, Mr. Grubb, can we hand the ball off 35 times this game? Just because. Because we're going on the road to Kentucky next week, and you might have a first-year starting quarterback on the road that might be rattled the first 2 drives, regardless of who it is, which I believe is going to be Keelan. But I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm y'all pray for me. I need deliverance from my petty spirit. But I do believe that the run game will be a lot more impactful. And I'm not saying you're going to see this team average 220 yards, a game overall. I do think if you can get this team average up to like a 160, 180 type of clip. It doesn't put you in the top tier of rushing offenses in the country, but it makes teams respect it because in that 180, right, the average 160, 180 average, you can expect 200-yard game. You can expect 1 or 2, 200-yard games early on against some of the opponents. So that makes opposing defenses who may experience some schematic changes when they face us, make them respect the run game, and those changes might be the very openings that we're trying to create anyway. So long picture, to be confident in the run game like Coach Grubb was after the scrimmage yesterday, that's huge for us. Let's go to the offensive line. Where is our 5 starter offensive linemen? Where are they? I think we've had it from, really the jump. I think you really had some indecisiveness at left guard with Will Sanders and his value, right? And you wanted to give him a fair shot. Some of the injury things kind of got to him and didn't allow him to get back as early as expected. But with his return, made some quality impact. No question about it. There's been a lot of speculation between him and Mal Wardrop, who would be the guy. In my opinion, Mal Wardrop has won the job. He has went with first team to start every scrimmage. He's starting with first team. A majority of your opening segments and periods of camp, you see most of the clips with him next to Racing Dalgatti. You see him and Jackson in a lot of combo drills, duo drills, climb drills, right? So I like the left combo of Jackson and Waldrop. Just them together makes sense to me. Will Sanders may have different aspects of his game with his experience that he may be able to perform better, but I think when you have a continuity or a pairing of guard and tackle combos on each side of your line, it makes it that much easier for execution. Communication is definitely a huge thing, but if you got guys that just work well together without a whole bunch of talking, they just fit and they match like puzzle pieces in how they operate and their skill sets, and that's a perfect thing. So I like Mal and Jackson on their left side. I love Michael Carroll and the transfer Javen James, somebody who's looking to really solidify some draft stock, a very highly talented prospect out of high school. Did not have the best of luck when it came to injuries throughout his career, is in his 5th year and has provided another aggressive, right? And technical, tactical guy, a very skilled mechanical guy on the offensive line. And right now, you don't have a lot of snaps across that offensive line, but you got some highly rated guys that when you turn on that film and look at how they execute, regardless of the competition level, these are guys that pay attention to the details. And Clem is a O-line technician. Ask about him. Do your research. Like my boy Mac Mullah say, do your homework. Do your homework. Shout out to Mac Mullah, man. One of the most coolest content creators going on YouTube, man. We had an interaction a couple weeks ago, man. I appreciate you, my guy. Man, that was very inspirational. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe on the channel, y'all. We talking Bama football. We just got done talking to O-line. Let's close out with the tight ends and the wide receiver. I want to talk receiving core, right? Not just the wide receivers, but the receiving core. I didn't talk so much about the tight ends in the run game because that's been the highlight of the camp, how much they're going to impact the run game, right? I think this year, though, we're going to see how skillful the play calling is for designing the run, the tight end in the passing game. Marshall Pritchett, Caleb Edwards, Danny Lewis, Josh Ford, Jay Lindsey. Those guys have been making plays from the H and the tight end positions. They've been getting split out wide. Caleb Edwards, they've been getting split to the number 1 receiver position. Caleb Edwards, Marshall Pritchett finding themselves in a lot of those situations, which fits their skill set. You turn on the film from high school, that is not wanting them to be split as the number 1 receiver on the boundary, right? Used to being in the slot, used to going up against safeties, linebackers, DB, corners, all of that. So just putting them in their element and being able to have the depth to spread out the load management, keeping guys fresh. Tight end room is going to be the X factor in the passing game. I guarantee it. There will be 2 tight ends that And I believe every game you'll have a threat of two tight ends beating you. The years of Georgia offense really being able to grow because of how dominant the defense is, I think that's what's happening at Alabama this year. Speaking of wide receivers, Shadarian Morgan, Derek Meadows, big body, big targets. Expect them to be highly targeted, just like Roma Dunze was at Washington with Penny. Expect anytime you see a look, a one-on-one look, they're going to get their opportunities, and it's not just going to be jump balls. You got two big bodies that can move. They can beat you on a hitch. You let them catch it on a smoke screen or laser or razor screen call. They can break tackles and get out. Derek Meadows may not be a 4-3 like he claimed, y'all, but he pushing. Y'all. The young man he's 6'7", and he has a stride of like a 200-meter sprinter, a Usain Bolt type stride where it's a long, quick stride, and he covers anywhere from on average like 4 yards a stride, and then he could come out of that stride and get choppy and come out of his breaks with strength. You could tell he did a lot of stability training in the offseason, working on his lower body strength, a lot of explosive training, getting those threads firing, getting those muscle fibers firing quicker so he could his muscles can respond faster, his twitch muscles can be a little bit more twitchier. I'm not saying he's gonna be out there juking folks. His body just too long. When you're 6'7", I don't think you're slipping through much of anything. I face that in flag football, man. One thing about flag football though, if you got good hips, man, get them hips going. They ain't as good as they was. Y'all don't do them. Get them hips going though. Hey, you could become a legend. Y'all better ask about me. Fort Hood, 2011 to 2014. I'm a legend out here. Smook a legend. Hey, you know what's crazy though? I had people calling me Smook in the military, y'all. That's crazy. I've been Coach Smook for a while, y'all. That's funny. But that's a different story. I'm going to end this poll real quick because I want to get the results ready for the closeout because I'm about to talk about the defense as a whole. There's not much to say other than dominance. Dominance. The defense has been dominant throughout the whole camp. Not dominant to the point where you feel like the offense is trash, but they've been so consistent in creating a balanced competition, right? That when the only time you really see any small drop off is when you have your true freshman and your third string and your scout, your walk-ons, everybody out there. But even then, you're seeing quality competition as if you was watching like a powerhouse program like Modern Day, right? And we all know if you make JV at Modern Day, it's like making 18 for 7A in Alabama or top class in Texas. Like that's how Modern Day's St. John Bosco, IMG, even IMG. If you make the national team, or you don't make the national team, you make like the state IMG team. Like that's a feat because you're still competing against top 300 kids across 4 different recruiting classes, right? Sometimes 5 because you have 8th graders come in, and then you got prep kids from overseas, right? That might be 18, 19, come over as a junior, right? It's the system is crazy extensive. So when you look at the defense and you're able to create three strings of depth, like quality depth, that's a great feeling, especially on your defensive front. You're talking about 14 personnel that you could utilize. Seriously, like I was talking with a few of the alumni staff that was there. Tiffin Sports, appreciate you for tapping in, sis. Hopefully we can get you on the phone line today, get your final thoughts on all of the fall camp reports and how you feel about some of the things you're hearing about the quarterback decision. I don't know if you did a reaction to my breaking news with the quarterback thing, but I think that'll be something cool to do. Y'all know your boy Coach Smook been on top of it. I can't even lie, y'all. God been that. I feel like I ain't gonna cap, bro. I feel like I've been a prophet this fall camp, man. Like God grace me to be in. But anyways, shout out to Twitter viewers, man. I see a lot of y'all lurking over there. Drop a retweet or repost. Drop a comment or something. Let me know that you're watching over there and tapped in. Amanda tapped in on the Facebook side. Appreciate my moderator for doing a do and trying to get us in a lot more of those Facebook groups. I see a lot of, listen, I got to do this. I'm going to take a quick 20-second segue and go left field for a second. I see a lot of BS Bama fan groups on Facebook, like bad, y'all. I'm talking about the writers with some of this stuff, and you could tell that it's all spoof, but they know how to dress it up to make it look so professional. And even former Bama parents that aren't hip to social media, you'll be tricked by some of the stuff you read. They had a story out last year about Kalen DeBoer, getting fired because we had lost to Oklahoma, and that the decision was already in, and that a source that is close to Courtney Morgan, and somebody in the comments like Courtney Morgan was their brother-in-law, and he already confirmed Kalen DeBoer gone, and if Kalen DeBoer gone, like it was one of them groups. So I took it upon myself to go and start posting the Coach Smook Network live streams, but it would be great if I could get some support with that. The more they see them, the more people get eyes on it, they get curious, and they come over and they join the AAA family, and we could save them from all that fair weather fan type of energy, y'all, because we ain't with none of that. We ain't with none of that this year. We is not with that angry black. We not with that barbershop. None of that fair weather energy. We not with that. We not with none of that. Who else used to come in here with that fair weather energy? What's the dude that built like a I ain't gonna do that. God forgive me. I ain't supposed to be joking on people. It's Friday. Fabulous Friday, man. Give God some praise, man. Let's stop playing, man. I say roll tide, Jesus. But anyways, defense though, the depth there is so astonishing. Now, a lot of inexperience, right? A lot of what's up, Rob Baker? Good to see you in the chat, my boy. He said Rollers. I ain't seen one of them in a minute. I forget who else used to come in here with the Rollers of the tightest. I used to love it. But we haven't seen a lot of on film or live action from the inside linebacker room. But last year, these guys did get a lot of spot play. You got to go back and watch games like Missouri, Vanderbilt, Tennessee game. QB Reese had a few snaps. The Indiana game, of course, a lot of guys got some opportunities. The SEC Georgia game. Appreciate the heart me. I don't know who sent it over there, but I appreciate it. Twist, appreciate you, Britt. Happening in. Just waking up after that butt whooping them got last. Shout out to Thompson and Mason McClure and Trent Seaborn, man, for going into Phoenix City and doing a good one on my alma mater. I am so proud of Thompson. I rock with Coach Freeman. I rock with everything that they're doing. I've been a Thompson supporter for probably like 6 years now. I love what they do. It ain't just about winning football games for the boys. I'm talking about the Bible study. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm biased towards Thompson because they got some real Jesus-loving staff members, and they ain't perfect. They not religious. These are people that create relationships. I love the product of students that they put out, man, especially the athletes coming from the football program. So shout out to them. And Central, man, get y'all a superintendent that actually care about the community. I'll say that because I ain't feeling it. I can't wait to go back home and try to impact my community. I don't claim Central. I'm gonna just be honest. I'm a Russell County baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm a West County word. Say what you want, country boy. Do what you want, man. They shoot. There was a reason Central ain't want to line up against us for the first 2 years. We was together. Oh wait, tell them about it. Tell them about it. Let me stop before I start something. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna. But anyways, y'all, the Alabama defense, I feel like is going to have one of the more, I won't say safe and light years, but I want to even go against the grain. There's a defensive era of football that I don't think Alabama fans or SEC fans give enough credit to. Can everybody that's old enough, right? I know we got some, one of my producer, he's was born in 2003 or something like that. I can't remember. My producer, Roll Tide. What's up, Dwayne? Good to see you in the chat. But what's up, Stretch, man? Don't come here acting up, man. But I remember. Dang, you just made me lose my train of thought, Stretch, because I thought about something you said the other day, man. Chat, what's I was talking about, Mary J? What I was about to talk about? I forgot. Stretch made me. All right, so when I think about the defense, right, and the depth returning on the inside linebacker room, QB Reese, all those guys getting the opportunities that they got last year. Luke Metz was a big name in camp, just continued to develop last year. Duke Johnson showed up in his last scrimmage, y'all. He's finally flashing. The natural athleticism, the size is on the frame. You're seeing Duke Johnson, like, finally, everybody's like, okay, that's a good rep. Ain't nobody saying that. You know, ain't nobody praising him for his good reps right now. Now he's stacking those reps, and my boy keeping his head down. I remember talking to him right before camp started. Told him to keep his head down because the room is competitive in that inside linebacker room. There's not a lot of proven experience, but it's like a pecking order. What can you do in real time to say, Coach, I can trust you? And when you have a guy like Xavier Griffin on campus, ain't no denying the type of skill set he is when a fourth, fifth year guy in red shirt, red shirt junior or red shirt senior Caleb Woodson, when he's acknowledging like, man, the young man is different. To know that he's only 18 is crazy. Like you're seeing something, and then to have him in the rotation. So a lot of talent, not a lot of experience, but a lot to be optimistic about in a defense where your anchor points of the scheme, your D-line, interior your D-line, your boundary, and your safety play, those are your anchor points of the defense. Everything, your edge rush, you can be kind of versatile in that. You can be kind of, I ain't gonna say shaky, but you can disguise that if you have a solid interior pass rush or interior run stopping game. You can be solid. You can be versatile and play cover up ball, right? Developmental cover up play calling. When you have the boundary where you can leave guys on the island. When you have box assets from your Husky position, from your strong safety position, able to rotate in the box and provide solid run containment assets. So defensively, to have 3 levels of depth, have that type of confidence, I think you're setting yourself up for success. And then last but not least, special teams, Lorkin, Watson, Talty. There's a 3-man job. I think you're going to have a place kicker where your 3 points. I think you're going to have an extra point kicker. More than likely, your extra point guy might be the kickoff guy. More than likely. I like Lorkin. I like Lorkin's leg on kickoff. Drives out the back of the end zone. Had 3, I think, during the first scrimmage. I don't know how many was reported. It wasn't much details reported because everybody's watching the QB1 battle. And then, of course, Adam Walford has come in and really turned some heads with his punting game. The accuracy, the consistency, and where he's placing the ball, the placement kicking, he's consistent. So that's something to build on coming out of fall camp. That's my fall camp takeaway. When we come back from this infomercial break, we will open the phone lines for y'all so that you can get on the phone lines. I know it's lunchtime. Get on that phone line. And if y'all don't blow the line up, I'm going to get me a burger. I'm not even lying. Listen, it is Big Back Friday, and I am trying to go and get me a burger. One of the good ones, chat. I am so serious. Y'all think I'm playing. So when we go to infomercial break, this is how you join the AAA family. But when I go to infomercial break and I open this phone line, I expect a phone call already to be coming in. And when we come back from commercial break, somebody should be on the line waiting. And I just do an intro and then we get into the phone segment. 7-minute max phone calls today, y'all. Got to get out of here and get on top of some stories that we're following for high school recruiting. Alabama making a move on a certain prospect that I've been calling for a year, and nobody will get patient. But it's how you become a member of the AAA family, and even follow Alabama recruiting coverage here on the Coach Smook Network. Check it out, man. This is how you do it.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel. and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
At Walk-On's Sports Bistro, the games are on, the food's delicious, and here you are always part of the team. Welcome to Walk-On's Sports Bistro, where every day is game day. Whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the fam for some made-from-scratch favorites, Walk-On's is your go-to for good times, craft beer and cocktails, and bold flavors for fans of all ages. From melty mozzarella logs to Hall of Fame level burgers. Stop by today or order online or in the app. Walk-On's Sports Bistro. Game on.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all for hanging out. 334-625-1121. Fall camp takeaways, man. I want to hear what y'all got to think about everything you're hearing. What you hear on the Coach Smook Network, what you hear anywhere else. We got a lot of takes. Got some fanboys out here that's doing fanboy type of stuff with their takes. We got some people that's, acting like they got connections and just talking, after everybody else talk, trying to act like they done came up with something. That's why we got to share our content, man. I get tired of seeing so many false narratives thrown out there. Speaking of false narratives, y'all, you all got to witness an interaction yesterday on the live. It was very comedic. I promise you, I took every bit of it, and it was truly funny to me. Someone claiming to be connected to the program got so twisted, right? But yeah, man, it inspired me to create a new segment. And you know what? It's Friday. We might not have a call-in segment. Mary J, bump it. We're not doing call-ins. I'm sorry. Leave a voicemail today. If you want to talk about your takeaways, have them featured on the show. As a matter of fact, let's do that. Call in, leave a voicemail. You don't have to talk live on the show. Call in, leave a voicemail, give us your thoughts. 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minute voicemail would do perfect. And give us your thoughts on your Alabama fall camp takeaways. QB1, who do you think it's going to be? Think about the offensive line. Think about your superstar breakout players, all of that. That's what we want. Fall camp final takes from our Alabama fans. I'm going to do this closeout, Mary J, because we've been ran up on an hour, and I think we had a good hour of our final takeaways. If y'all thought that was a good hour of synopsis of fall camp takeaways, drop some comments in the chat. And plus, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I just got a text message. You got me hyped. But anyways, we're going to be introducing a new segment during the season, man. It's going to be, y'all know we love to get into back and forth banter between the chat, difference of opinions. Y'all know I love to get the joke and all that good stuff. That's interaction for us. I hope it don't scare none of y'all away. If you got soft skin, please don't try me. Please don't try me. I'm just being honest. I love having my own little corner of social media where I've invested my time enough to kind of build my own community. And I don't want soft-skinned people. I love joking. I can take a joke. People talk about my hairline. They talk about my baby beard, all that good stuff. They talk about the thick glasses. I'm cool. Missing tooth, all that. Just keep it respectful in the sense of, let's not call each other out of each other's names. But if you come in with some BS like you an insider, I'm going to call you because I'm an insider. I don't care what nobody say. I'm a true insider. Listen, we got a new segment we're going to be calling the Gassed Up Goofies. Our first feature is going to be, y'all heard him on the phone lines. I ain't going to say his government name, but we're going to call him BH, okay? BH, okay? That's our first feature. So if you find yourself on this graphic, just know you getting added to the Wall of Fame. And what's going to be cool is on all of our backdrops, man, we're going to have these banners. You're going to have a spot, literally. I'm going to design it. I'm working it in clip art or base art right now. I'm going to design it, and I'm going to put it probably a scene on this wall where you got your little badges, like banners. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be badges of Gassed Up Goofies. Everybody that come through the channel with crazy takes or fair weather fan. Yeah, it's going to be cool. I know it's not related to football. It's not football related because I got no words with the team, but our soccer team have won 2 ranked games in a row. Hey, let me tell you, I have no connection to soccer, right? Zero. And that, I know it's probably like the worst thing to say. That somebody that wants support from Alabama. I have no connection to soccer. But I promise you, if I ever go to a Bama soccer game, y'all gonna know Coach Smook been there. I promise you, y'all gonna know. I don't know nothing about soccer other than kicking, falling out, tripping people up, put in the goal. Stop the other team from doing it. Right? I don't know nothing about zones. I don't know about illegal forward passes. I know when the World Cup was on, I was hyped. That was some good soccer. But shout out to Bama soccer, man, for their 2 ranked wins. The culture at Bama, I don't know when the last time some of y'all have just been out on campus at Bama. I know some of y'all feel like being on Alabama campus as an adult is weird, but if you haven't been there, then you wouldn't understand why. Like the food on the strip lunch is a beautiful spot. You catch it in the spring, man, it's just beautiful. And then like soon as fall hits, you can feel football fall weather hit. You get into that layered clothing weather. Early morning, crisp mornings, breakfast on the strip is like nice. Buffalo Fields, beautiful. If you could ever get a seat at Buffalo Fields to watch a game, or if you can be at Buffalo Fields on a bye week or, one of those weekends when a lot of the students are out of town, I guarantee you you'll enjoy it. We're just doing our small talk closing out the show right now. So if you're just jumping in and you look for Bama Talk, you got to rewind. It's public today, so you ain't got to worry about paying no membership and or you no, it ain't of it. Did you catch the Thompson Central game? I did. I'm a Central grad, so I'm a Central alumnus. I claim versatility. I gotta make that. I have to make that known from the show. But yeah, I did. And you know what's sad, man? I got young boys on Central. I don't agree with some of the things that have transpired over the years with some of the kids I know personally. Right. And I love all the kids that come through there. It's just adults don't make the best decisions sometimes and the kids suffer. But actually, we do have a family member that plays for Central. Shout out to a young boy, Amir Upshaw. Want to be a top, what is he, 20? Is he a 28 prospect, Britt, or 29? I think Amir's a 29 prospect. He's a sophomore this year. That makes him 29. Correct, chat. Don't mess with my adding. Don't mess with my adding. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? It's electric in Titletown. You have to go to understand. Fact stretch. You know what? ECU game. I hope to see a lot of you there. I will be there. I'm not sure if I am going to stay in the stadium the whole game because I love tailgate atmosphere, y'all. And the way that technology has advanced, watching the game on the TV outside with a whole bunch of people is way more fun for me right now in this stage of my life. I know people love the stadium, the rumble and the shaking. That's cool for certain games, but for me, I mean, even the big games, the Georgia game, I am so debating. I have not once in a lifetime opportunity, but an opportunity to really step into a realm of things that's going to put the network on a different plateau. God has really arranged some things for us, and I I want to take advantage of it, but I'm so fan interactive oriented, right? And it's crazy because I don't like big crowds, but I love to get people together and have a good time. So anywhere I go, I try to create that energy, and it's put me in some good positions with covering Alabama football. So I'm debating on where I'm gonna be at for some of these home games. That we'll be in Tuscaloosa a lot this season. Once again, I think we made 5 trips last season. The goal is to try to make all the home games this season. That's the goal. That's the attempt. We're gonna attempt to. I got a few weddings to start the season off. My best friend, he doing a ceremony. Shout out to my brother Tony K, man. He doing this ceremony. And by a week, he was not playing. I said, when he told me the date, he said September 19th. I said, hold up, bro. He said, nope, we ain't got no game. You already know I checked. I said, already, bro. You know, that's a real one right there. People think I'm playing. All right. Coach Smook, truth moment, right? Story time. This got nothing to do with football. This is like a Coach Smook moment. I've been married twice, right? Both times. I need y'all to pay attention. And ex-wives, if you just so happen to be lurking on the channel real quick, don't be mad. It's all love, in a sense. But when we got married in March the first time, and then the second time in February, it was strategic. I refused to allow any dates between August. I don't even play around and let it get to August 31st no more. August 1st and December 31st, you ain't getting no wedding date, mama. I'm sorry. Call me crazy. God, if you really love me, you'll see one that don't want to get married between August 1st and December 31st. We pushing it nowadays with playoffs, but with playoffs, we kind of get in between that. Playoff games be on a Tuesday, Thursday sometimes. You gonna have a Saturday in the winter. But who trying to get married in the cold? You know what I'm saying? You might say, you gonna get married again? Yes, man. I was not a husband the first time I was a husband. I was not a very good one, and I will admit that. But God has allowed me grace to mature for some things. I've learned from some past mistakes, some lessons. We've grown from them. Ain't took no losses. We got lessons learned. And you know, when you grow, when you want to be better in life, you can be better in life. You just gotta choose. You gotta make the right choices. Surround yourself with the right things and be positive. Regardless of what life has handed you, man, if you live, you got a chance to fix. You got a chance to make it better. So that's kind of how I want to end the show. I don't know how I got there, but hey, felt good, right? Let me stop, y'all. All right, let me get out of here, man. Listen, I appreciate y'all for tapping in and always supporting the Coach Smook Network. As always, like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to make sure you got your notifications on. We might do a live tonight. It's Friday night. I really want to get some guest panelists on. I might be able to get some special guests tonight, man. We almost had one for our segment today. That's why we were kind of dragging at one point when we're talking running backs. We got a special running back appearance that's going to happen at some point this season. We will have this appearance. Y'all will be excited to see him. Personal friend of mine, I can say that because I know his kids, right? And say what you want. I know it's true. I actually held the baby. You know what I'm saying? The newest baby. I actually held the newest baby at the 7-on-7 competition. So I'll get to see that special guest coming on the channel sometime this season. And we got a lineup from starting in the month of September, the middle of September. We got every week. We're going to have some new faces on the channel that aren't media personalities. They aren't, copycats or remakes of Coach Smook Network. These are real people that's going to give us some good quality content and some things to get our minds off of the day-to-day arguments of why Ryan Glover and called this play or Kane Womman. Give you some perspective that still surround college football, Alabama football, but some history lessons. Gonna get you some. I think we gotta take the tour. You know what I'm saying? We gotta take the tour, chat. So we got a couple of university tours, not just Alabama, different schools, programs, tours that we're gonna take advantage of. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, and as always, man, when you see me in the streets, holla at me and say, "Put me in the game, Coach Smook." I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all be blessed and roll tide.
Alabama in the microphone. Look me up on YouTube. True cut, straight from the stone. Ain't no selling fairy tales, I'm exposing what they want. Alabama football, yeah, I live it, yeah, I beat it. From the streets to the bleachers, every angle, yeah, I see it, film, study, so militant. I ain't guessing a thing. Break it down, every snap is like a coach of the team. Authenticity above all, that's where I stand. If you ain't a real fan, you'll fail with the fan. They tried to box me in, and I kicked the dough off the frame. Turn the pressure into power, put my stamp on the game. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, Coach Smook, that's what they saying. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, Coach Smook, that's what they saying.
Players and the staff are pulling up right now for today's scrimmage. Coach David Ballou in the front. Y'all can see everybody pulling up, man. And boys over there, look at Deontay.
Hey, y'all, I'm walking out of Walmart. Check, what's your name, bro?
Man, my name Michael McKinney, man. I'm a true Alabama fan, and this man does a good job on his podcast.
What's up, bro?
Reviewing Alabama football. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate that, bro. Roll Tide, man.